Hey guys, this is James with Rogue Duelist Trade, and on this channel we talk about upcoming and current product and whether or not you should invest your money in order to profit. We are going to be doing something very new today in today's video. We are going to be going over Legendary Duelist Magical Hero. Yeah, we're going to be talking about a product that came out back in January of this year. And this is probably one of the best Legendary Duelists that has ever come out for Yu-Gi-Oh! But because this is a current product that has already been out, we're going to be talking about whether or not you should actually be investing in boxes or cases of Magical Hero, or if there are singles that you should be picking up, because we have data to go off of to make very educated guesses as to whether or not some of the singles out of this set will likely go up in value. So we're going to go over the chase cards in the set, the price volatility for those chase cards, their case ratios, the return that we should expect based on those ratios, and again, singles that I think are worth considering to invest in. Now guys, if you like this type of content, like this video. Now really stop and go and hit that thumbs up button down below. The more likes that we can get on these types of videos, the more it's going to help the YouTube algorithm to help people discover this channel, and we can grow this channel together. And guys, if you like Yu-Gi-Oh! Investment discussions, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be the first to see every single time I upload a new video. And guys, go ahead and like my Facebook page and follow me on Instagram so that you guys can communicate with me and stay in touch in different ways. And also join my Facebook group on Yu-Gi-Oh! Investments. If you'd like to do that, there's a link down in the description below as well. Now guys, let's go ahead and jump into the discussion as to whether or not you should invest your money in Legendary Duelist Magical Hero, whether buying in boxes or cases or singles. So this is a really exciting product for me to cover. This is actually what helped me start my YouTube channel, because I saw the value in products like Legendary Duelist Magical Hero and felt, why not try to make this a side business and get into investing in Yu-Gi-Oh! Products. So Legendary Duelist Magical Hero came out back in January 17th, 2020, so about 5 or 6 months from the date of this video. The set was about 56 cards, which came with 9 ultra rares, 8 super rares, 10 rares, and 29 commons. So things to note before we really start getting into this product: it's probably one of the best Legendary Duelist sets that have ever come out, especially upon the release. And Magician's Souls was so highly anticipated because Spiral was starting to come into the meta format, and it was a card that directly supported Spirals in an indirect way. But Magician's Soul is very interesting. The synergy is mostly for Dark Magician decks, but really any deck that has a spellcaster inside can really leverage Magician's Souls and use it as kind of like a one combo type of card. So when the set came out, first editions were pretty much impossible to find. If you did not pre-order that product 3 months ahead of time, there was no way that you were going to be getting it, at least for the best wholesale value. Now, once the product actually released and people started seeing the value of the cards such as Magician's Souls and Elemental Hero, Liquid Soldier start skyrocketing in price, it had so much value in it, people were just scouring trying to get these first edition product, where it just sold out immediately. And one of the reasons is because there's just tons of protagonist support that came out in this product. So there was support that came out for every single era of Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime except for Vrains. Now this is the first Legendary Duelist product to have done that. There's just tons of high value and high potential cards that came out of it that really helped this set just fly off the shelves. Now another thing to realize though is that we're probably going to be seeing a rehash of this product, just like in Legendary Duelist Season 1. If you guys want to see my risk analysis on that product, go ahead and click the link that's popping up above me. So Legendary Duelist Magical Hero, I believe, is the 6th Legendary Duelist that has come out so far. And because we're getting a rehash of the 1st and 2nd Legendary Duelist, we could probably imagine in the next 2 years, we should be seeing a rehash of this product, and probably the one prior to it, which was the Legendary Duelist featuring Bakura. Now guys, the first thing that I want to start going through in this discussion is the chase cards that came out of this set. So this is the current value of the top 8 cards in Legendary Duelist Magical Hero right now. Now I should mention there has been an unlimited run that has come out somewhat recently, and that's actually something we're going to be going over in this video in just a few minutes. Now what I want to do next is go over the price volatility from the time that this product set was launched up into today, and looking at the price fluctuations. Now I think one of the most important ones is going to be Magician's Souls, because I feel this one has the most potential for upward value from where it's sitting right now. So when this product initially came out, it was priced at about $100, $113, and then it started going up really quickly to about $140, hitting about almost $150 in value. So I would say that's about the ceiling for this card, because that was when it was seeing the most level of meta play, and Spiral was probably the meta deck of its format earlier in 2020. So I would imagine that if we start seeing that level of meta relevance again for Magician's Souls into another deck that's going to be able to abuse this, and which is already being used in the meta for a lot of invoke strategies. I've seen it used in Eldritch, which is one of the top meta decks right now. And then it started to taper off when Spiral got hit in the next ban list after its release. And it hit about $100 and dropped to about 95. And then it started to see a resurgence, especially after the new Master Rule 5 and when it started seeing a lot of meta play in the invoke strategies. And it's really just started to jump up and down from there. And now we're sitting about our current price point, and we're actually on eBay, you can find a few sellers selling for about 78, and then it immediately jumps to about $92 on TCG Player. Now guys, I just want you to remember that this card has seen prices upward of about $146. It's likely not going to be seeing a reprint anytime soon, and it came out of a legendary Duelist set. And those sets have a track record of really maintaining value. So now let's go ahead and jump to Liquid Soldier. Now this is going to be very different than Magician's Souls because Heroes hasn't really seen any top tier meta play, but Heroes is a strategy that people love to play because it's nostalgic from the original GX era. But when this initially came out, it was at about $72. And I think that's because people had a lot of expectation. Evil Hero Dusted Gold, Evil Hero Malicious Bane from the previous legendary Duelist set was extremely short printed and hit numbers of about $100 to $120 to $150 immediately because it was close to impossible to find. But that was not necessarily the case for Liquid Soldier in North America, especially in Europe and the UK. So it started to dip fairly quickly, hitting numbers of about $50, and then going from there from 40 and is now sitting at about $30. Now again, because of the track record of legendary Duelist sets and previous original print hero cards, I could see this card going up in the near future, especially when the market is no longer selling unlimited boxes or cases of legendary Duelist Magical Hero. Now to stay within theme, let's go ahead into Elemental Hero Sunrise. Now he's very interesting. Again, people had the expectation that he was going to be a lot harder to get. As soon as vendors started breaking open packs and seeing how easy he was to get, he was at about $16 and then saw an immediate decline because of how often you'll see him when you're opening a case. So right now his market value is about $4. I think Elemental Hero Sunrise is another interesting one for the same reasons that I mentioned for Elemental Hero Liquid Soldier. Now, although he's a lot easier to pull, I feel that this product is going to age very well in time. And because Sunrise really is essential in any type of hero strategy right now, whether you're playing an I Sold variant of Heroes or if you're playing pure hero, you're going to be playing Sunrise. And in most cases, people are playing one, but in a lot of cases, people are playing 2 or 3 because of how easy he is to bring out because he's a very generic fusion for heroes. I really could see him hitting that $15 mark again, probably within the next year. All right, so now I want to start going through the line of Dark Magician support that came out in this set. So this is the Dark Magicians, and this card has actually been fairly static for the life of Magical Hero being in the market. So he came out at about $35 and has really maintained $30 and above for its value. But interestingly enough, probably soon after Master Rule 5, probably with a lot of excitement of people wanting to play Dark Magicians, he skyrocketed to $44, but then quickly started to taper down, and now we're seeing him at about $28 currently. So this is actually about the lowest value he's been since January up until now. And I'm sure you guys are familiar with how cards like Dark Magician support are valued, or like Heroes. We are going to be seeing this go up for sure. So right now it's sitting about 28. I could easily see probably in the next year for it to be at about that $45 mark again, but right now it's sitting at about 28. So now let's go ahead and talk about Soul Servant. If you guys are looking at this chart, it probably looks very familiar, and that's because if you go and jump back to the Dark Magicians, it's almost the exact same chart. And that's because if people are going to be investing in the Dark Magicians, they're likely going to be investing in cards like Soul Servants as well, because this is going to be supporting the Dark Magician strategy. Now, for some reason around the April 27th timeframe, it skyrocketed to $16, similar to how Dark Magicians skyrocketed to about $45, and now it's tapered down to about $8 currently in the marketplace. Now again, I could see this card easily going back to the $15 mark. This card is an easy 3 of in the Dark Magician strategy because it helps you draw into the deck. So now we're gonna go ahead and look into Magician's Combination. So this one is actually very similar in its volatility. If you look at Soul Servants and you look at the Dark Magicians, and I'm going back over to Magician's Combination here, but it hasn't seen as drastic of increases. Now I think that's because maybe not all strategies for Dark Magician are actually playing this card, although I would argue that it's a very good card. It's a negate and it also can destroy a card in the field if it's sent to the graveyard. Right now the highest it's seen was about $8 upon release, and then it jumped up again to about $7, and now it's sitting at about $3.88. Now I feel this card really can only go up from here. I don't think it'll be as drastic as some of the other cards that we've talked about. Next is Apprentice Illusion Magician. Now, this isn't the original print, but interestingly enough, when this card came out, it was only at about $3, and it's only gone up from there, hitting highs of about $8. And now it's sitting at about a strong 5, which is very interesting. It's stronger than cards like Elemental Hero Sunrise. And the last card I want to go over is Satellite Warrior. This is a card that's in support of a lot of archetypes that Yusei played in 5Ds. Now this one's very interesting. There was a lot of low expectations on this card when it came out at about $3. And then it started to hit some very lows of about 2. And as soon as we started approaching Master Rule 5, where synchros were becoming more viable, it suddenly jumped up to about $6, so about tripled in price. And then it started to taper down again, where we're sitting at about the $2.35 mark currently today. Now, if you guys didn't know what this card does, it's actually pretty good. So when this card is synchro summoned, you can target any type of card on your opponent's field based on how many synchro monsters you have in the graveyard. So let's say you have 3 synchro monsters in the graveyard, you can pop 3 cards on your opponent's side of the field and gain 1,000 attack for each synchro monster in your graveyard. So you can boost them up to about 5,500 if you have 3 synchros. If you have more than that, you can make him a really big beat stick. And in addition to that, if he's destroyed, and it's not destroyed by your opponent, it's just destroyed, you can special summon up to 3 level 8 or lower Warrior, Synchron, and or Stardust synchro monsters with different names from your graveyard. So I actually do see this as a very good card, and if other Warrior, Synchron, and or Stardust synchro monsters come out in the future, he's gonna probably see more play. So I feel this is a sleeper card. All right, guys, so I think this is gonna be a very interesting part of the discussion, and I hope you guys have stayed long enough to see it. We're gonna talk about how you really should think when you're gonna be investing in a product, especially when you have data to go off of. So first, I wanted to highlight where you guys could actually buy this product. I'm not sponsored by Tier 0 Games, although this is a very good price point. So know that Tier 0 Games is actually a company that is in the UK. So this is what you would consider to be European prints, and as I'm about to go over, the European prints had far better ratios for cards like Magician Souls, which is the highest value card in this set, which means if you're able to get European prints, you're able to get more profit. So right now you can get a case of Unlimited Edition Legendary Duelist Magical Hero for about $670, and that's if you use the coupon code What's Good 5 to get 5% off. That includes shipping, that includes taxes. It's a solid 670 bucks. Now guys, I put this spreadsheet together and I got ratios for both North America and the UK, and then what the current price point is right now, at least in North America, so we can estimate how much money we can make per case and compare that across both North America or US and the UK, and what kind of profit you would expect depending on what print you purchase. So the North America ratios is based on 20 cases, and I got the ratios actually from House of Champs for a video that he brought out back in January when he had vendors send him the ratios on their case purchases. And for the UK, our sample size is about 50 cases, and that came directly from Tier 0, again, which came from House of Champs. He went over that in his channel. If you guys want to see his case ratio video from back in January, I have the description down below. So these numbers that I'm highlighting here is essentially how many you should expect of each of these cards per case. So with Magician Souls at about $90 is the lowest that you can purchase off TCG Player. The value that you'll be getting, assuming you get 3 per case from a North American print or 6 from a European print, it'd be about $270 in North America, $540 in the UK. So you're gonna be making close to a $300 difference if you're able to get European prints over prints in North America. Jumping down here, Elemental Liquid Soldier is not that different, but it's different enough to where you're getting about 3 in North America, 4 in the UK. And then looking at Dark Magicians, you're gonna be getting about 3 in North America and again, 6 in the UK. I feel Dark Magicians and Magician Souls are absolutely cards that can really only go up from here in value. The same with Liquid Soldier as well. Now guys, the cards that I'm capturing value of are the top 13 valued cards currently in Legendary Duelists Magical Hero. That's what we're gonna be using to evaluate our expected return for each case that we purchase. So let's go ahead and jump to the estimated profit that we should expect from buying 1 case of Legendary Duelists Magical Hero. Now I'm assuming $670 because that's the price point we're going off of tier 0 for our per case cost. Now assuming the print is North America, you should be seeing about $660 estimated value. While in the UK, you should be seeing an estimated value of about $1,000. You're seeing about a $400 difference just by purchasing European prints versus North American prints. So obviously you want to get your hands on European prints for this product because the ratio is so drastic. I'm really hoping this is something that's going to be addressed by Konami. That's going to be creating a lot of problems in both markets for Europe and North America if there's going to be such differences. So this line right here is assuming about 15% fees. So on TCG Player, you see about a 10 to 11% fee that they take for every sale that you make. And then you also have to consider postage, getting envelopes, top loaders, all that good stuff. So I think it's safe to just assume a 15% reduction in what your return is going to be. So taking all of these costs into account and the estimated value per case in North America, you would be seeing a negative $108 for every case. While in the UK, you'll be seeing a positive $183 for every case. And again, that's only considering if you sell every single card for the top 13 cards in this product. Now remember, there's 56 cards. That leaves out about 43 cards that would be considered bulk, which if you're able to sell those cards, that's just gonna be added profit from there. Now I wanted to consider this more in scale. So if you were to get 5 cases, your profit would be about $544 for North American prints, but nearly $1,000 if your prints are from Europe. Now taking it the next step for 10 cases, you'd be seeing about an $1,800 profit for European print, a negative $1,000 for North American prints. And then if you were able to go about as high as 50 cases, also consider guys, I don't know if tier 0 would have 10 cases or even 50 cases, but assume that you're able to get it for $670 per case at 50 cases, you'd be seeing about $10,000 in profit for European prints and a negative $5,000 for North America. So what's the conclusion here? For the current market price right now, you absolutely should not be investing in cases if you're getting North American prints. But if you're able to get a hold of European prints, such as Tier 0 Games, which sells in both North America and Europe, you'll be seeing profit from that product at current market value. Now, what I want to show you guys is what happens if Magician Souls sees more meta play and goes back up to previous price points that it's been at before. Let's go ahead and look at it for $150 if it were to ever hit that price point, where it probably should unless it gets banned. So in that case, you'll be seeing $900 alone in profit for the UK, assuming you're getting 6 per case, which is what the average ratio is. So looking at that, your per case goes up to about $500, while previously it was about $189, and that's strictly profit. And then after that, 5 cases is about $2,500. 10 is close to $5,000. And then after that, you're seeing about $25,000 if you're able to get a hold of 50 cases. So here's the thing, guys. This is a risk because you would have to assume that Magician Souls is going to go up. But we know what the price ceiling is for Magician Souls, and that's gonna be about $150 to $120. It's currently sitting at a $90 price point. So I think it is actually a fairly safe assumption to assume it is going to go up again, at least to $120, especially if it starts seeing meta play. Now, if that is the case, I think it would be a fairly safe investment to buy European print. Again, remember, European print. Cases of Legendary Duelists Magical Hero, and do not open it. Hold it and wait. You can either hold it and wait for it to gain value through age, or wait for cards like Magician Souls, any of the Elemental Hero cards, any of the other Dark Magician cards to go up in significant value. And if that happens, you can go and see what the value is per case and maybe sell them by the case or by box. or open them up and sell the singles. Now let's go ahead and talk about singles to potentially invest in, because what I just discussed prior is if you were to invest in cases. Now, if you guys have been following this entire video up to this point, I think you would probably understand why I'm saying each of these cards are likely good investments for the long term. Sunrise is a very low dollar card for a card that is necessary in any type of hero strategy. And the same with Liquid Soldier. It's about $30 right now. It's seen price points of $60. And in time, when there's no longer unlimited prints of this product, I think all of these cards really can only go up from here. Favorite Hero is a card I haven't talked about yet, but because it's only $2, all this card needs is a really good field spell card that benefits heroes, because this card basically says in the battle phase, activate a field spell card from your deck. Doesn't matter what the archetype is for that field spell, just go and activate any field spell of your choosing. When the right field spell comes out, and although you could argue people could use Skyscraper, people could use Mystic Mind, but when the right field spell comes out, this card will definitely shoot up in value, especially when there's no longer unlimited prints in the marketplace. Satellite Warrior for a lot of the same reasons, and Magician Souls I really feel is one of the best value investments right now, because it's sitting at about a $90 to $100 mark, where it's seen value of about $120 to $150. And guys, the same reasons for all the Dark Magician support cards, especially the Dark Magicians and Soul Servants. It's seen very high price hikes for both of these cards, and I really feel those are the ceilings and that they will likely go up to that again, especially because they are support for Dark Magicians, which is a fan favorite for a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players. I want to talk about the risk that I see in investing in particular singles or overall investing in cases or boxes of this product. So Magician Souls could get banned. So depending on how much it gets abused, it's a card that really can be used in a lot of different strategies depending on what the deck is running. So I very well could see this banned or limited to 1, and if that happens, then the value will dip for this card. So that is a risk to think about. And another risk is whether or not Magician Soul does not show any future meta relevance. What if future meta decks actually doesn't have use for Magician Soul? If that's the case, then it's going to be a longer time to wait until this card can go up in value, at least at the fastest point. But some things that I would say are positive and may counter some of the risk is that Dark Magician decks will stay popular, hero decks will stay popular, and the collectability factor of this product because of all the protagonists that got support in this set. So guys, to conclude this discussion, I feel there is a lot of great singles to invest in right now because value is down. And I think there's very strong evidence to consider investing in cases and hold them in time to wait for the product value to shoot up, where it likely will. But again, I wouldn't hold the product too long because it'll likely be rehashed in Legendary Duelists Season 3. And that's just me guessing if that happens, in probably the next 2 years. So I'd probably hold on to the cases for maybe a year, maybe a little bit more, and then either open it or sell them by the box from there. Now guys, that's gonna do it for this video. I would love to get your feedback. Let me know what you think about this type of discussion. This is different content than we've done before on this channel, and I definitely wanna tweak it and evolve it as we go and make it to where it's something that you guys feel is useful as you consider where to invest your money for Yu-Gi-Oh product. And guys, don't forget, like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to this channel. Hit the notification bell so you can see more content from this channel. And to give you guys an update on some upcoming videos that are gonna be happening in this channel, we're gonna be doing a case opening of Eternity Code. I'm opening about 18 boxes, so it's about a case and a half. I'm also hoping to do an updated risk analysis on Toon Chaos. Toon Chaos is the highest viewed video on my channel so far. It's at about 5,000 views right now, at least at the date of this video. And I really want to make sure I'm giving people the best information. So as we get more information on Toon Chaos, I will definitely be doing an updated analysis. I'm hoping it'll still be about a week or 2 before the product comes out. That's really up to Konami as to when they leak that information to us. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.